You can do whatever the hell you want to do, man. I don't give a care. Yes, the color of your skin, sometimes that does play a factor and it does affect us in certain situations. But you know what? I'm not fucking giving up, dude. And I don't want you to. You can do whatever the hell you want to do in life, man. You can make it happen. And just because someone says your ceiling is here, that don't mean a damn thing, son, because your ceiling can be here. Let me bring it down. Your ceiling could be here, but they're telling you you're here. And I'm here to give you 100% facts that you can be your own boss. Welcome back, DWK gang. Today is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to on this channel here. I've had some interesting conversations and a couple things that have come across in the last few days, and I kind of wanted to get it off my chest and kind of have a real discussion about it. I think that depending on how this goes, depending on the feedback I get from this video per se, I think I'm going to start having some segments to where we just talk. We just have a flat out conversation between you and I, give you my opinions, and in the comment section, be able to kind of give me your comments and give me your thoughts. And let's make this a whole ordeal about conversating and bringing people together with different ideas and seeing, you know, how the world works and thinks as a whole, right? Because one opinion is not always the best opinion, but it is an opinion. And I'm always interested to see how other people think. I'm interested to see how other people go about their day to day and how they think and what causes them to do the things that they do in their everyday life. So let's kind of delve into this subject. Am I worth it? Right. And this kind of stems from, you know, many years ago, you know, working a job and, you know, going through the motions, you know, going to work every day, doing what you're supposed to do, showing up, doing your work on a daily basis, and then going through that corporate ladder, right? You start, you know, entry level, and then you kind of work your way up as it relates to within the organization, right? And, you know, I got to a point to where I was, you know, making my way up in the organization. I had been a frontline rep in this particular organization, worked my way up to somewhat of a go-to person within my frontline, you know, work, then worked my way up to like a team lead, and then, you know, continue to elevate and things of that effect. And when I got to a position to where now we're fixing to actually make that jump from, you know, kind of frontline associate type of work, and we're making that next level to some of the back end, you know, upper echelon type of deal within the company. And went through the process, had my interview. You know, I've been, you know, was with the company for many of years, and I knew a lot of people there. So had the interview. Everything went well, decent feedback, no, you know, drawbacks as to, hey, you know, when you did your interview, this went wrong or anything. Like, everything was great. So I'm just waiting on, you know, them to, you know, get back with me and say, hey, yay or nay, number one, right? And then the second thing was to say, you know, what does that look like as far as like monetarily, right? And with saying that, you know, I'm waiting for the response and waiting for them to get back with me related to, you know, what that increase would be. And I must tell you, when it came, it was, I was disappointed.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I was royally disappointed, and I had to take a step back and think for a second, you know, because there was a couple different ways I could have handled the situation, right? Because I was, you know, and I know that this is a business, so you're never supposed to, you know, try not to take anything personal because it is a business, and I understand numbers and crunching numbers, but I mean, it was absolutely horrendous, you know, and then that makes you think, like, is that what I'm worth? You know, you have this whole dichotomy in your head about, am I worth this? You know, was I wrong to think that I was going to warrant this type of monetary gain? And, you know, did all of those good things and kind of sat with it and thought about it. And man, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And I honestly realized that anytime you're in a position to where someone else is assessing your value, that can be difficult, man, because obviously, I don't believe that you're ever going to get what you feel that you deserve when someone else is assessing your worth, you know? So that kind of leads to the topic or the title of this video, Am I Worth It? And to be quite honest with you, I am. But again, when you're dealing with someone else's assessment of you, they only see you from, you know, their lens. They don't see you from the lens that you're looking at yourself when you get up every day and look in the mirror. And I had to kind of take a step back and realize that, and not be upset in the fact that this is what was offered, but understand, you know, the different types of reasonings as to why this was offered, right? It could have been a financial situation, right? It could have been they just honestly weren't able to, you know, give me anymore, you know, or they weren't able to, you know, based on whatever their, you know, financial makeup within the organization, they couldn't afford to give me anymore, you know, or, you know, it could have been a lot of different factors. But what I will say is it definitely took me for, you know, a loop, and I was definitely kind of taken aback. But, you know, with that, I think that anything that happens in life, it's always good to kind of assess the situation and learn from it, right? And that kind of brought me to what I'm doing now. As you can see, I'm doing the YouTube videos. I'm, you know, kind of doing my photography. I've started my own photography business because it goes back to no one will ever give you what you deserve or what you feel you deserve if they're the ones that are assessing you and giving you that opportunity, right? So a lot of the times, you know, we have to make our own way. You know, we have to prove to the world that we're worth X amount, right? Before we're granted X amount. And a lot of the times that causes people like me and a lot of you out there to say, you know what, I'm going to start doing this on my own. Now, I'm grateful. You know, I was definitely grateful to the organization, because I'm not saying that it was a bad organization or anything like that. I think that they did a lot of great things and they're doing a lot of great things. I just think that in that moment, I realized that I needed to start to figure out ways to kind of build my own portfolio, build my own financial wealth, build Nelson up, because I could not and I would not continue to allow someone else to assess me and give me what they felt I deserve, when I know in the bottom of my heart that I deserve more. So that put me to a situation to where, no, you know what? I got to go out there and get it, man. I'm not worried about nobody. I'm not waiting on anybody to assess me and say, hey, Nelson, we think that you've done enough work and you're worth this amount. I have to go get it on my own. And that's what I'm doing now. And the pandemic has helped me because I'm at home. I am currently, you know, working from home. So that gives me the ability to kind of cultivate what I want to do as it relates to my own dreams. Another true thing, and I wholeheartedly believe this, you know, there comes a time in everyone's life, man or woman, where you have to realize that when you're doing other things, working at these other different facilities, not that it's wrong, we have to make a living. I totally agree with us making a living, but you have to come to the realization that the longer you work under someone else's umbrella, the more you build their dream. And I'm a big proponent of building and, you know, working towards your own dreams. That's the only way that you're going to reach that full level of success in your mind that you want. Now, again, everybody's different out there. So just because that's how I feel, as far as that's what's going to bring me happiness related to building my own brand, building my own empire, that's what I'm attempting to do here. That may not be for you. I'm just talking to people that are like-minded and saying that the only way that we're ever going to feel satisfied is once we start building and working towards our own dreams and knowing that we're leaving some sort of legacy. Now, with saying that, that brings me to my next topic in the conversation that I had with my son. And he was saying, when I asked him, hey, you know, what's the next step, son? You know, we're going into high school next year and, you know, we got to start, you know, figuring out like, what's the next plan? What, like, I get it. Everybody wants to play basketball. We want to play football, but we got to have different game plans or A, B, and C to fall back on if that doesn't work. I mean, let's be real. You know, there's only X amount of spots in these upper echelon NFL teams, NBA teams. So not saying that it can't be done, because you can do anything if you work hard at it. within reason, right? But you definitely don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. And my son was like, well, Dad, I just want to, I want to grow up and get a job like you and take care of the family. Now, I respect that, and I'm humbled as a father to know that, hey, my son is looking up to me and he wants to do and follow in my footsteps, and he feels that what the path that I've, paved for them is a path of success. And I'm humbled, and I love my son for even telling me that. But when I started to dissect that statement, I started to kind of doubt myself and saying, hey, am I doing the right things as it relates to my kids and showing them the right way? Because to be quite honest with you, everything that I just stated before, we got into this conversation with my son, I'm letting you know that for me to be a boss, you have to make your own way. You have to start manifesting and building towards your own dreams. And that's the message that I want to convey to my sons and my daughter, that Dad went out and he made his own way. I've created a great life for you and your siblings. But for me, at the very core of it, I feel that I haven't reached my full potential until I am waking up when I want to wake up, and when my money is making money when I am asleep. That's when I can sit down and say, you know what? The path that I have paid for my children is set. And right now, your dad is still on the journey, man. And I want you to know that, dude, go out there and make it. This is a place where you can do whatever the hell you want to do, man. I don't give a care. Yes, the color of your skin, sometimes that does play a factor, and it does affect us in certain situations. But you know what? I'm not fucking giving up, dude. And I don't want you to. You can do whatever the hell you want to do in life, man. You can make it happen. And just because someone says your ceiling is here, that don't mean a damn thing, son, because your ceiling can be here. Let me bring it down. Your ceiling could be here, but they're telling you you're here. And I'm here to give you 100% facts that you can be your own boss and work towards your own dreams, man. I'm proud of what I've done. I've taken care of you with my 9-to-5 job. And you've never went hungry, and you've always had a roof over your head, and we went on vacations. We've done a lot of different things, but I'm not happy. I want more. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you, when you're asked that question, no, I want more. I want to do more. I want to be better. I want to be a boss, because that's the only thing that I want in this life for y'all, man, to be your own boss. So with saying that, I know it kind of got a little intense, but man, I really want my children to know, man, we can do it, dude. That's why your dad is doing all of these things. I have my setup. I'm doing everything. I'm creating this content because I have a bunch of ideas, and now it's time for me to show the world. And it's time for me to be a boss. And that's what I'm going to do. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to have a conversation, come on here really quick and have a conversation with you guys. And we're going to start having more discussions like this. We're going to start talking more and having input as it relates to day-to-day thoughts and opinions and, what you have going on. I plan on having segments where I sit down with my kids and we just have open discussions about financial literacy and, day-to-day life and how to make your life better and prosper, and the things, that you need to do to ensure that you're, putting yourself in a position to be successful. So I think that that's my job as a parent, and that's what I want to do. So again, this is DWK, Divorce with Kids, but it don't stop there. Obviously, things happen in life that sets you back, and you wondered, hey, did I make the right decisions? But I'm here to tell you, don't stop, keep pushing, and we'll get to it. But as I always say, be safe out there. Peace.